Hey everybody, VP here, and it's time for another Prime to Snap. This is the 1 hour live stream in which I play some Marvel Snap for you guys. And tonight, man, we are jumping into the second iteration of Deadpool's Diner. If you've been watching other content creators, you might be sick of it by now, but I am still grinding, man. I am still grinding to get the card that comes along with Deadpool's Diner this time around. And let me check something here real quick to see how we're doing. Are we doing okay? Making sure the stream is up and running. Around. Alright, let me check. Yes, we are. Okay, everything is good. Good, I didn't break anything in the time away that I've been away from live streaming. We did get one live stream in, was it last week? Week before? Maybe it was last week. But yeah, we are doing Deadpool's Diner tonight because I am still grinding for the card. The card this time around is King Eitri. It's a 1-2 card. Activate, draw a card from your deck that didn't start there. So this is the card we are grinding for. Peter Dinklage's character in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. If you're curious, speaking of Peter Dinklage, that's a segue you don't hear very much for Marvel Snap. But speaking of Peter Dinklage, sounds like I'm setting up a joke. Speaking of Peter Dinklage, have any of you guys went and seen Wicked yet? Because that show's awesome. Peter Dinklage voices the voice of Mr. Dillinsworth. I forget the teacher, the goat teacher, Dillamar. Man, oh man, it's a good thing I know my Marvel stuff and don't have to rely on my Wicked story stuff. But yes, he plays the goat professor in that. The voice is the goat professor in that. And man, if you're a fan of musicals like I am, like my wife is, like several of my friends are, you're gonna love it, man. I think I haven't seen the actual stage version of it. I want to, but man, did the show blow me away. So if you're looking for a musical movie to go see this holiday season, I definitely suggest going to see Wicked. So yeah, but anyways, back to Marvel Snap. So yeah, King Eitri, man, this is the card that we are trying to go for here. As you can see, I'm still quite a ways off. Been a busy week, man. We're in the busy season of where I work, so I am currently working lots of overtime and 6 days, and so I haven't had a lot of time, man. Haven't had a lot of time. In fact, this is my only night off, and just woke up from a nap, I guess, and decided to jump in here and do some Marvel Snap, man, because I go through all the trouble making these thumbnails, and we gotta make use of them, man. We gotta make use of them, and I'm really proud of this thumbnail. But anyways, yes, here we are, Deadpool's Diner. Let me show you the deck that we are working on. We are currently at the holiday baked ham table, but here is the deck for you guys. Well, first of all, let me bring up the. I will bring up the record for it. Boom, there it is. Yep, Deadpool's Diner Climber is what I called it. And I tell you, this deck came about because I was playing Deadpool's Diner. I was trying all the decks that I have made currently, and some that I found online even, and I was having the hardest time climbing through Deadpool's Diner. I don't know what it is, man. This time around, it's just been destroy, and I getting destroyed by destroy decks and high Evo decks, and I don't know. It seems like every deck that's out there was kicking my butt. So I'm like, okay, I gotta figure out something that includes some counters to some of this stuff out there. So this is the deck I finally came up with, and I'm actually finally making progress in Deadpool's Diner on my only day off. So the grind is real, guys. The grind is real. This is the one part of Marvel Snap where I'm like, man, it gets quite grindy, but you know, you got to get that. You want that new card, right? You don't want to get that new card before it goes away. So we're gonna do the grind for it, man. We're gonna do the grind, and there's lots of nice little rewards on the way up to that card, so there is that as well. But man, it does feel like a little bit of a grind to me, and I'm at collection level 6,000 here, so relatively low collection level compared to a lot of other people out there. But so this is the deck that we went with. There's the win-loss record there on the screen for you. The win rate is 63%, 17 wins and 10 losses since I've been playing this deck. So not too bad, 63% win rate, which probably means that we're going to lose in the live stream, because usually when I showcase a deck that has been doing really well for me and I start live streaming it, then it starts tanking. But we'll see. We'll see. Maybe today will be the exception, man, or tonight, I should say. Could be today, wherever you're at, but all right, so let's get into the deck design here. Deadpool's Diner Climber. Again, like I said, I just put counters in here. So the first card we got here is 1/2 Echo. After your opponent plays an ongoing card here, remove its abilities. Sneaky card. People forget about this card. You put it on the board and they forget about it, and before you know it, you snag somebody with a take their ongoing card away. This has happened quite a few times now since I've been playing Deadpool's Diner with this deck, so quite fulfilling when it happens. Then we got Iceman here, 1/2 on reveal. Give a card in your opponent's hand +1 cost. Pretty common card. Series 2 card right here. Great card. Probably underappreciated. A little underappreciated. I like it. I've been involving it a little bit more in my decks. It's like a card that you don't really see happen. Like, you don't see its effect happen, right? It just sort of happens, and you're like, okay, I did that. But when you get Iceman, I've noticed that you definitely notice its effect, man. It's like, oh, man, I could have played that card now, but I can't because it's 1 cost higher. So, Iceman, a nice little surprise. We got Maria Hill here. People have been down on this card, I think, but I like it, man. 1/2 card on reveal, add a random 2 cost card to your hand. Probably because I like to play decks that have good curve on them, and that's why I like using her, because I'm gonna swap my cool variant in. Why am I using the bad variant? We won't split it yet, but yeah, that's what we like using her, because she'll give us a random 2 cost card, so I can play that on 1, and then I know I have a play on 2. That said, I do have 2 cost cards in this deck to kind of, again, round out my curve. I have speed in the deck here, 3/3, ongoing, +1 power for each turn in which you spent all your energy. So 3/3 there. Speed, we want to get a good curve, so I try to include some nice low-cost cards in here. And this deck is, I guess this deck is a little on the, what do they say, on the expensive side, because it has some of the past Spotlight Cash cards that maybe some of you guys don't have quite yet. But this is the one that I had to go with. So that's what we're going with, I guess. And then we got my 2 cost card, Shadow King here. Another sneaky little card to counter my opponent's plays. A 2/2 on reveal. Reset all cards here to their original power. So that's just a good way to take down a lane if my opponent gets, you know, too far ahead in it, man. And we got armor, 2/3 ongoing cards here. Can't be destroyed. Yeah, where I'm at in the climb, on the ladder climb, you have to have armor, because all I play is destroy deck, destroy deck, destroy deck, destroy deck. Hey, look, it's another destroy deck. Hey, look, it's another destroy deck. There's destroy decks everywhere. So I have to have armor to stop the destroy decks. Yeah. So that's why we include armor in this, and it protects some of my bigger cards in here, so that's good too. We also got Cable, one of my favorite 2 cost cards, 2/3 on reveal. Draw a card from your opponent's deck. I like this card because, hey, if you don't have all those fancy cards, you can start using other people's cards and taking it from their deck. So if they need it, you have it instead. So yeah, Cable, always like including Cable in my decks if I can. 2/3. He's gonna hopefully put some work in for us. We also got Rogue, talking about counters, man. Rogue, another sneaky counter, 3/2 on reveal. Steal the text from an enemy ongoing card here. Just a good way to take down those Iron Mans, or some of the other, like Gorr the God Butcher, the newest Spotlight Cash card. Huge card, man. If you have a chance to get Gorr the God Butcher, I would definitely recommend it. It's definitely worth it, and it can work in almost any deck that you make. So I'd say go for it if you're on the fence trying to figure out, hey, do I want to get Gorr the God Butcher? Yes, you probably do. He's a pretty good card. And then speed, we already talked about. Good old Shang-Chi here. Marvel's most wanted villain in the game, I think, right now. 4 cost card, 3 power. On reveal, destroy all enemy cards here that have 10 or more power. So again, time to clean up those boards if your opponent gets those quite powerful cards. And Shang-Chi lately, with the meta the way it is, it's just a good card to include in your decks anymore, because there's so much power creep, I guess, in the game right now. So many powerful cards, and even more powerful cards coming out next month. It's crazy, the cards that are coming out next month. So yeah, Shang-Chi definitely something that we have to include. Stegron, we have a 4/7, another little surprise that we can throw at our opponent, and just a good stat line. 4 and 7 power. On reveal, move an enemy card here 1 location to the right. You can really screw up some Wongs. You can screw up some destroy. You know, some Venom plays, some Animazola into Venom plays, which you'll see in a lot of the destroy decks. So yeah, Stegron, a good disruption to have in your hand. And then yes, we do have Gorr, the current season cash card right here. 6, -1. I did get nerfed. I think it got nerfed out of the gate even. I don't think it started as -1. Or maybe it was from the data mines and it got nerfed. But anyways, it's a 6 energy card for negative, but it gives you -1 power. But here it is, ongoing, +2 power for each in capitals, man, on reveal card in play. So when your opponent plays on reveal cards, it counts towards Gorr as well. So as you can imagine, Gorr gets huge. I'm sure if you've watched any videos on Marvel Snap, you've seen all the creators showcasing Gorr, and I haven't seen or heard one of them talk badly about him yet. So definitely, like I said, definitely if you can get Gorr the God Butcher with your Spotlight Cash keys, definitely worth a try. I know the Spotlight Cash itself isn't too great. I think it was what, Legion and some other card, Havoc maybe. I had those 2 cards already. So, oh no, I didn't have Legion. I had to spend 2 of my keys to get Gorr here. 2 keys to get him, because then I got Legion and then I got Gorr. So I'm glad I got it on the second try. Haven't got it on my mobile account yet. Not sure that I want to try for it, but I should. I'm just trying to conserve my keys. I did try once for it, and I think I got a Legion on my mobile account as well. And then finally, rounding out our deck here is Magneto. One of my favorite 6-cost cards right now. 6/12, on reveal, move all enemy 3 and 4 cost cards here to this location. Just a good, another disruption to pull off Wongs, to pull off any sorts of destroy. I might have a slight you know, bone to pick with destroy here in this deck. It's really definitely a counter for destroy as much as I can, but it also is a pretty good counter for other cards as well. So there's the deck, Deadpool's Diner Climber. We're gonna jump right in here to Deadpool's Diner and start playing. Stop yakking, start playing. Actually, I'll still yak, but I'll play while I yak, which is probably what you guys came here for anyways. So yeah, so let's go into the game. We got the Holiday Baked Ham here. We will be keeping track of our stream win-loss record, since this technically still counts as a stream, and I think the last time I did Deadpool's Diner, we counted it, so we're going to count it this time. For me in Deadpool's Diner, this is like the, what table is this? This is, all right, cranberry sauce was the first one, so 1, 2, then we got the moon cakes, in case you haven't seen Deadpool's Diner, I guess. Mac and cheese. It's very Canadian based, I think. And then bratwursts, and then tamales, excuse me. And then the mashed potatoes, and then poutine, however you say that, from Canada A. Sorry, Canadians, if you're watching. But yeah, that's the next dish. Sweet potatoes, apple cider, maple salmon. By the way, I never had maple salmon. Not a big fish fan myself, actually. Has anybody out there had maple salmon? Is that a thing? Or is this like a joke? Is this a meme? I guess it could work. It sounds like it could work. I don't know. If you've had maple salmon, let me know in the comments below. But yeah, maple salmon, man, there's that. And then, of course, holiday baked ham is where we are at. Let's see the minimum bubs here. As you know, if maybe you don't know, you play bubs in Deadpool's Diner. So the higher you get along the menu, the more bubs you can play and more bubs you can bet. The maximum here at this table is at 327.68K. It's always good. We learned last time Deadpool's Diner came around that it's always good to play a table below where you can have your maximum, at least in my opinion anyways. So up here I have my bubs. I have a 813.64K bubs right now. So, and we want to kind of stay below that for the maximum. So actually, I wonder if I can bump this up to the Blind Owl's Jello. Ooh, I don't know. I know how high this one goes. This one goes to 1.63 million. Well, we're not there yet. So we're going to feast on some ham a little bit still here and see what we can do with that. Wow, I have rambled for like too long already. Let's get into the game, VP. Get in the game. Let's play. Let's climb this, man. We need to get that King Eitri. I'm gonna be bummed if I don't get the the card, but yeah, it's been kind of crazy for me with the big move coming up for us and the just busy season at work currently. All right, turn one. Our first location is the Dark Dimension. Cards here are not revealed until the game ends. That's kind of nice. Problem with the Dark Dimension is I like to have cards revealed. I think we'll play our Maria Hill down to the mysterious second location. End our turn there. My opponent also plays there with a Sunspot. Okay, and what is the mysterious second location? Tell us. Hellfire Club. Cards that cost one can't be played here. Well, I guess it's a good thing both of us got our one-cost cards down there. All right, for turn two here, I did get an Okoye off of my Maria Hill, which is pretty good, but I think we'll go with Cable. We'll see what else our opponent here is kicking up. Oh, and Captain Chesapeake. Captain Chesapeake, man, he is snapping already. He must be feeling confident, or he's just impatient. Probably a little bit of both. We're not going to snap quite yet. Okay, my opponent plays a Wasp down, and I play my Cable, which got me a Hope Summers. Not a bad pickup off of the Cable. So they have a Hope Summers and a Sunspot. This should tell me what deck they're using, but I can't tell you what it is. Don't see much of the combination. I'm sure it's something devious, though. So Hope Summers is a 3/4. After you play a card here, you get +1 energy next turn. Yeah, we'll play the Hope Summers down. I'm pretty okay with that. Again, speed is in my deck, so I try to stay on curve and use all the energy that I have to make sure my speed is as big as it can be. The auto snap has happened. We are already up to 20.48Ks. Bubs here. Turn 4, Crown City is the third location. Whoever is winning here gets +4 power at adjacent locations. We are currently tied up there. My Hope Summers to their Thor, 4-4. And we, what do we want to do here? I could Rogue away. No, I always forget that Rogue can't steal Sunspot, because Sunspot is not an ongoing ability. Well, we want to probably power up the Crown City here. I guess you stay on curve. Oh man, the time. Why does the timer always seem to go faster when I am live streaming, man? Probably because I'm yammering. That's why. Taking too much time talking, VP. There we go. We played our Koyo down in our armor. the Crown City. They play a Surtur down. Okay. This could be scary, but we do have Shang-Chi in hand, although I just shielded their Surtur, so go me. So we're not going to be able to destroy Surtur, but any other 10-cost cards they have down we could do something with. Turn 5, I have 7 energy, thanks to playing to Hope Summers. I think... Let's go ahead and play Echo down. Oh, cards that cost 1 can't be played here. Well, that's no fun. All right, well, let's play Magneto. This might throw him. We'll throw him in it. We'll bury Magneto in the Dark Dimension. He's going to be waiting in the Dark Dimension to pull their Surtur and Thor into the Dark Dimension at the end of the game. Ooh, this could be a sneaky play here, VP. VP's got the sneaky plays tonight. Lady Jane Foster's Thor coming down for my opponent at the Hellfire Club. They are well in charge of the Hellfire Club, 13-9. I guess that's not well in charge. We can still come back and take that location, but hopefully my nasty surprise in the Dark Dimension will be good enough, man. All right, here we are. Final turn, 6 energy. Excuse me as my throat clogs up with who knows what. Also haven't been feeling very well, I should say that. What do we want to do here? I got nothing to rogue here, which is kind of crazy. They haven't played anything down to upgrade their Surtur, so I wonder if we should place Shang-Chi down here to the Hellfire Club. And, oh, and we can play Shadow King down here to take their Sunspot's energy down to 0. Yeah, I think this is good. I'm going to go ahead and snap now. Yeah, man, we are bringing the total bubs up to 95.16K right now. My opponent, Captain Chesapeake, staying the course. He's at the helm of his Chesapeake ship, hoping that he can get a victory here. Does he know that the Dark Dimension is coming with Magneto?
To me.
I don't think he does. Here's Magneto pulling over the Surtur, and the Thor does give them the Dark Dimension, but I think we are going to take the other 2 locations. Hellfire Club and Crown City belongs to us, so my massive plan of sneaking them Magneto into the Dark Dimension, pulling all the big cards over there, seems to have paid off, and we'll collect our rewards.
Smells like victory.
Yes, it does, Deadpool. It does smell like victory. By the way, what do you guys think of the Deadpool voice actor here? I think he does a good enough job, but he's just not Ryan Reynolds, right? You can't beat Deadpool's Ryan Reynolds. I'm sorry to the voice actor who does Deadpool. You do a wonderful job. It's great. It's just, man, it's Ryan Reynolds, man. Ryan Reynolds is Deadpool. Anyways, let's go ahead and update our tracker here that we have, giving us a 1 win, 0 losses this stream, 126 wins and 100 losses total for all the live streams I have ever done of this game. Starting from, man, when did I start this game? Beginning of the year? Maybe a little before, after the beginning of the year, halfway through the year, June sometime. I don't know. I have to look at the tapes. But yeah, man, we have gone 126 wins and 100 losses in all the live streams that I have done. Not too shabby, not too shabby. Kind of lines up with where I'm at with my my actual win-loss record, according to Untapped.gg. Oh, speaking of Untapped.gg, you guys didn't even see what you didn't see our hands there, because I think I have that turned off. So let me turn those on for you guys. Oops. Let's see. There's that, and there's that there. Now you can see my hand, thanks to the Untapped.gg deck tracker, and my opponent's hand. All right, turn 1, we have Feast as our first location. After you play a card here, all players here get +1 energy next turn. I'm going to play Iceman. Usually I like to hold the Iceman until later, because I think it seemed to be a little more effective later. If I play it early, like at 1 cost, I think my opponent is able to plan around it a little more. So I like to kind of try to take them by surprise. But since we are playing a speed deck, we require Requires us to spend all our energy each turn to get the most out of speed. So we will play the Iceman down there. Second location, Great Web. After each turn, move one card to the web for a random player. Not my favorite location. I usually try to just jam up that location as soon as I can so I don't have to worry about it. So I think that's what we'll do. We have 3 energy here. I guess we'll just play our speed down. Seems okay. My opponent hasn't played anything down yet. There they go. They are now playing something down to feast. It is Agent Coulson. Agent Coulson going to bring them a random 4 and 5 cost card, and it gets pulled over to the Great Web. Currently, we are leading Feast 2-0. We are leading Great Web 5-4. Speed. My speed facing off against their Agent Coulson, and the Altar of Death is our third location. After you play a card here, destroy it to get +2 energy next turn. Do we want +2 energy? It might not be bad. It might not be bad to have. But I don't know that I want to destroy a card just yet. Maybe Maria Hill can go there. That would ruin my curve, though, right now. So I think we'll just play Stegron down here to feast. They don't have a card down there yet, but like I said, Stegron's just a good stat line. 4-7. If he does knock something away, then all the better. He'll probably get sucked into the Great Web, actually, but I didn't want Stegron to kick something in my opponents into the Great Web, or into the Altar of Death, because, you know, if you play cards there, he destroys it. So he did play Claw down to the Great Web, which is giving him 7 power at the Altar of Death to my nothing there right now. The cool thing is we can steal that Claw, and that might be the play here. Unfortunately, I don't have a good on-curve play, but I think Maria Hill's boldly going to the Altar of Death to sacrifice herself to give us 2 energy next turn, and Rogue coming down to the Great Web. We're going to steal Claw, and we're going to have 7 power in the Altar of Death. So Maria Hill, your death will not be in vain. We shall power you up. We shall use your death to march on to what we hope is hopefully victory. You just have to die. Sorry about that. Yeah, there's a Maria Hill going down. Altar of Death destroying her. My opponent did stick their own Maria Hill down to the Altar of Death and managed to keep it there. I didn't see how that happened. I should... Too busy talking, but... The current board state for those just listening that can't hear or can't watch the video. I do try to do these live streams so you can, you know, listen to them as well. But yeah, Feast is 0-0. Second location, Great Web. We are leading 14-13. We do have that location full right now, which is unfortunate. Their Rogue came down and took my speed. That's what happened. So that's unfortunate. And then the Altar of Death, we are winning 7-2 against a Maria Hill there, virtue of my stolen Claw from them, thanks to Rogue. All right, turn 5, 7 energy. What do we do here? Well, we can definitely pull some cards off of the Great Web, although they might get pulled back. I think we do that. I think we do that. And then I think we'll play Echo down here, just in case they have some other ongoing cards they might want to play to feast.
We are the future.
All right, my Magneto's pulling over their Rogue and Agent Coulson. The Rogue that stole my speeds buff. Spider-Woman coming down to the Great Web, giving them a nice lead there now, 16-10, and they still have an open slot there. We are leading Feast and the Altar of Death, and we have 8 energy for this final turn, and Gorr the God Butcher is in hand. Is there a way my opponent can get more power into the Altar of Death, or are we fine playing Gorr the God Butcher? I think we'll be fine here. The Shadow King effect, reset all cards here to their original power. Well, that would be bad. We don't want that. Toxin, return your other cards here to your hand just to get +2 power. That's not great either, so I think we just play our Gorr here. And maybe we'll play Shadow King to the Altar of Death just in case they try something sneaky of their own. I don't know if that will work or not. I'm not going to snap. Not feeling super confident about this since they took over the Great Web there, but my Gorr the God Butcher is coming down at 11 power. Dude started out at -1 power. He is now at 11, 13 now, 15 now. Okay, back down to 13, and we do take the victory there, guys. Victory. Yeah, man, the Gorr. YOLO Wolf, my opponent, gave me the old Spider-Man what the crap emote. Let me give him a little fist bump there. Yeah, man, Gorr the God Butcher, 13, guys. He starts out at -1, and now he's a 13. It's insane, the scaling on this guy. He's probably going to get nerfed, let's be honest. People are going to complain, like, oh, God Butcher's too powerful, and then they're going to nerf it, and all our happiness will be gone for the day. And then we'll move on to the next big card. It's kind of how Marvel Snap works if you haven't been around that often. But we did get the victory there. Let's collect our rewards.
This game.
Deadpool loves this game. I do wish that the Deadpool had, it's so funny, it's like a case of never being happy, right? When this first iteration of Deadpool's Diner came out, we were like, you know what? Why is there no Deadpool voice lines to accompany this awesome mode? That was a missed opportunity. Now that there is a Deadpool voice line, I'm a little annoyed by the voice line, to be honest, but that could just be because of my being as tired as I have been lately trying to play this, and the grind being super real this time around for some reason. But also, it's like he's got 3 voice lines, I think he says, 3 or 4, and they play over and over, you know, in rotation. So I think that's where it really grinds on me. It's like, oh, there's only 4 voice lines. Ah, tired of hearing it. Tired of hearing your mouth. You merc with a mouth. All right, can we move on from the honey-baked ham, honey-baked, holiday-baked ham, to the Blind Elves Jello? Well, it says 1.63 million for maximum. We're almost there. So I guess we'll play one more holiday-baked ham game here. Hope that we win. And then maybe we can move on. Take a little sampling of Blind Elves Jello. Although I gotta be curious as to what Blind Elves green Jello would taste like, being as she is blind. There's probably illegal substances involved in it somewhere as well. We know Blind Elle from the movies. All right, turn 1. Atlantis is our first location here. If you only have 1 card here, it has +5 power. Well, I don't think I'll be doing that. Don't usually play only 1 card to Atlantis. What about you guys? When Atlantis comes up in your games, do you play 1 card there, or do you wind up playing more cards? I always seem to play more cards there. Like, I'll have a card there for a long time, and then I'll just add to it. That said, my opponent retreated. Victory! Selfish_ZFN was just too selfish to play the game and said, you know what, I'm out. You played an Iceman, there's Sokovia and Atlantis. I can't take it. I'm out of here. And I get the easy victory.
We won?
Yeah, we won. We won, Deadpool. We won. Of course we won. Why is he asking me if we won? Does he not know who I am? I am Venomous Prime. The most winningest player, low-ranked in Marvel Snap. None of that is factual at all. So. Here we are. I'm not going to count that win because it was just one turn. Iceman scared my opponent away. They were just too selfish to play. That's fine. We are at 1 million now, but I think we'll play another holiday baked ham mode here.
Please don't lose. I bet way too much money on you.
If you remember the last time I did Deadpool's Diner, and the first iteration of it, I went way big. I was like, I'm going to go big. And I lost all my bubs in the first game that I played. You can go back and watch that live stream, by the way. Maybe if I can throw it up on the screen after in post, I'll have it linked there for you. But yeah, you can go back and look at that. We lost our first game, lost all of our bubs, and then just had to play regular games, and I felt so bad. And then later in the week, I played more cautiously, and now I have learned to play Deadpool's Diner a little more cautiously. Maybe that's not the right approach. Maybe that's why I don't have the card yet. It's because I'm playing too cautious. Anyways, where are we at in this game? Asteroid M was our first location. After you play a 3 or 4 cost card here, move it here, I should say. I played my Iceman down there. Turn 2 to power. We got a Hulkbuster. You know what? I'm not opposed to playing a Hulkbuster. We'll play a Hulkbuster on my Iceman. That should be okay. Although I should have probably not have done that, because now I put a Hulkbuster on a 1 cost, and 1 cost, of course, can get destroyed by Killmongers pretty easily. My opponent played a Kitty Pryde and a Domino. Kitty Pryde went to Asteroid M, jumped back to their hand, and their Domino with 3 power is holding down the hub, which is our second location. Add a random card to each player's hand. What was my random card, by the way? Oh, maybe that was the Hulkbuster. And the third location is Grand Central. After turn 5, put a card from each player's hand here. We are on curve, so my speed is active. Don't tell Blind L. We'll both throw speed right here into Asteroid M. That should beef up that location a little bit more. And then we'll wait for my opponent. Flat Crazy. They are just flat crazy, guys. We're waiting for the Flat Crazy to play their turn 3 play here. My hand is looking pretty good. We got Gorr in hand. We got Armor. We got Rogue. We got Magneto. Lots of answers in my hand, so we're hopefully ready for anything they attempt to throw at us here. And my opponent retreated. Okay.
Victory.
Seems to be a craze. I am counting this one. We made it to 3 rounds, so Flat Crazy. I guess they were just flat crazy and had to leave. I don't know. Maybe the people in the white coats came and got him.
I
and
love this game.
Wheeling him out the door right now. He's just flat crazy. So we'll take the victory there. Let me update our tracker here, guys. All right, 3-0, 128 and 100 in live streams. That's going to be a big number to keep saying as I do more and more of these live streams, isn't it? It's just going to get bigger and bigger, and it's going to be like, I don't know, it's going to be me spending way too much time telling what the win-loss record is. I don't know. But we keep it up there to keep myself motivated for when I'm feeling down. I can continue to look at my win-loss record for live streams and be like, hey, we do okay. Not great by any means, but we do okay. Jumping into our next game here. What do we got here? Are they going to stay, or are they going to run away too? You must have heard Venomous Prime is coming, and they've been running away. Oh, man, the first location is the TVA after turn 4 into the game. We might be able to pull this one off. TVA is a little tricky. But we do have some pretty powerful cards in here, so it might not be too bad. My opponent plays down a Kingpin to the TVA. I play down Maria Hill. Maria Hill pulls me a Cable. That's pretty cool. I have a Cable in my deck already, so this is like an extra Cable. And Wakanda's our second location. Cards here can't be destroyed. Yeah, I think we'll go with what is a bummer is that this is a move deck. This is another deck I see a lot of, but not as much as Destroy. The Kingpin move and Scream, and I don't know. They just beat you into submission, basically. They try to beat you into submission. We're going to try to not let them. Oh, and they're taking us out of the TVA with their Scarlet Witch. Turning the TVA into Castle Blackstone. The player winning here gets +1 energy each turn. We are tied up there. We have an actual game and not a TVA game. Third location is the Space Throne. Only one card can be here for each player. That is a bit of a bummer. I do have a Giganto in my hand. I guess that's what my cable pulled from them, so that's kind of neat. And my own cable just came into my hand, so... We want to stay on curve here, I think. So we'll go with an Iceman. And we'll throw Iceman and Cable in Wakanda. They're going to take a trip to Wakanda, see if we can take over that location. Iceman shooting their hand. Cable drawing a storm from them, and they... My opponent plays down a Nocturne to Wakanda, but we have a 5-4 lead there. 2 cards to their 1 card. Not too shabby. We are still on curve, so if speed shows up, I'll be in good shape here. I'm probably going to save the Space Throne for Giganto, honestly. That seems like a good plan to me. Unless they play a Giganto, then we have Shang-Chi. Oh wait, but they won't have the Giganto because I took it from them. You know what? Can I... Oh no, Kingpin is also not an ongoing card. That's unfortunate because my rogue could have stole the Kingpin and that would have been cool. But since that is not an option, let's go ahead and use Storm to turn off Castle Blackstone here.
Wind, aid my hand.
That should force my opponent to play into this location. Although they have a War Machine, I should have known I got Storm from them, so of course they have a way to get into the Storm location. And War Machine is that way. They played War Machine to Wakanda, giving them a 10-5 lead there. We are leading the first location, which is flooding now. Last turn we can play cards here. I only have 1 card I can play to that location. My opponent has 2 slots available. And it's turn 5. Still nothing really to take. Oh, I can take their Killmonger. That might be good, just in case they try to play other cards. So yeah, we'll play our Rogue down to Wakanda to try to take their War Machine out. And then I'll play Armor down to Flooding, since it's the last turn we can play cards there. And I think we'll be okay. I might even snap here. It is kind of limiting the spaces I can play now. I will have only 2 places to play, but we're going into the last turn, so it shouldn't be too bad. Legion coming down to flood the locations. That's fun, but I think that might beat me here. Let's see. Do I win the tiebreaker? No, I think they're going to win. 22 to 20. My opponent retreated. Oh, they retreated. Your plan failed, sir. Kingpin will not rule this place. Legion can flood all the zones he wants, but we shall prevail. I had to speak. It was epic, so I had to speak in that sort of whatever this is. It's what we do. So yeah, another retreat. 3 retreats in a row. That should be an achievement or something. Get 3 retreats in a row. Here's a spotlight cash key for getting that achievement. Like that would happen. Anyways, we won. That's great. Let's collect our rewards.
Easy, LOL.
GG easy, LOL, says Deadpool. Thank you so much, Deadpool, for your commentary. Update our tracker here, guys. Oh, we're having a pretty good Deadpool's Diner experience here, guys. Tell you what, in the closing hours, actually it's not the closing hours. How long do we have for Deadpool's Diner still? I can't remember. A few days, I think, still. A few days, so hopefully we'll be able to get that card. Where am I at with time? Okay, not too bad. Not too bad. Here we go. We're 4-0 right now. 129 and 100. 129 wins, 100 losses total for live streams. We are at 1.17 million bubs. Is it time for Blind L's Jello, guys? Maximum says 1.63. Okay, maybe we play one more holiday baked ham here. See
Full
if we
disclosure, you lose, I owe a
see
very
if we
large
can get
bookie
that.
a very long massage.
That our bubs up a little bit more here. See if we can get another opponent to retreat. I'm not sure why my opponent retreated there. I thought they had enough power to win because I couldn't play any cards anywhere. But maybe I mathed it wrong. All right, first location is Lake Hellas. 1 cost cards here have +2 power. I have no 1 cost card in my hand. It's so funny. I put 1 cost cards in my hand, and just like my decks that have less 1 cost cards, I cannot pull 1 cost cards into my opening hand. I don't get it. I don't get it. My opponent does play a Deadpool down, so here's that classic annoying face-off against a destroy deck. Deadpool comes down turn 2. The big house is our second location. Cards that cost 4, 5, or 6 can't be played here. I think we'll just play our cable down here and get. Unfortunately, anything in the destroy deck is not very good for my cable, so at this point I'm just taking a card out of their arsenal. With cable, which can be good. We do pull Bucky Barnes out. Bucky! Bucky's back! Have no way of destroying Bucky, unfortunately. Tarnex 4 just came up, though, and that's the third location. After you play a card here, transform it into another card of the same cost, so we could transform Bucky into something that might be useful to us, since we can't really do much with Bucky. Yeah, I guess we'll go with a Bucky and a Maria Hill here. We'll throw Bucky into Tarnex 4 to see what kind of 2-cost card we get out of that. Maria Hill, I guess we'll play to Lake Hellas so she can get that bonus there. That'll also give us a 2-cost card for next turn. Wolverine coming down for Lake Hellas. Deadpool and Wolverine showing up at Lake Hellas, man. You know there's going to be some mischief in Lake Hellas if Deadpool and Wolverine are showing up. The auto snap has happened. We are at 10.24k bubs currently. My opponent's leading Lake Hellas 8-4. My cat just tipped over my wife's cup of which usually has water in. Thankfully, nothing was in it. The big house, we are leading 0-3. It is turn 4. We have 4 energy here. Let's go ahead and start some disruption here, guys. We're going to use our Stegron to knock either Deadpool or Wolverine out of this location so they can't destroy one of them. Although they didn't try to, so I guess that kind of failed. Killmonger coming down for us, taking out their Deadpool and my Maria Hill at Lake Hellas.
Auto snap.
Auto snap happening. We are leading Lake Hellas 7-2. 3 slots open for each of us. We're tied up at the big house 3-3. 3 slots open there, and Tarnex 4, we are leading 4-0. I have 3 slots open. They got 4 slots open there. We do have our speed. We got a Hawkeye from them. That's interesting. I think Wolverine can't. I mean, Rogue can't steal Wolverine either. I keep, Rogue's very. I wish there was a way to steal non-ability text. Hey, second dinner. That's the next card that you got to bring out. Something that can steal non-ability text or something. All right, what are we doing? What are we doing? Let's just play speed, I guess. Let's play speed down here to the big house, and you know what? We'll play armor down to Lake Hellas, hoping to catch the Wolverine. Leave the Wolverine there. They won't be able to destroy it. We have priority, so that's a good play, I think, here. Yep, they do play 2 cards there. One of them is probably a Carnage, a Deadpool, and a Venom. Just like that, we have stopped their destroy salvo. Take that, destroy deck. But they are leading Lake Hellas currently, but we are leading the other 2 locations, so that is a good thing. And this is the final turn. We have Gorr, but he's not too big this game. He's only a 6'9". He is the biggest card in my deck, though. So I kind of want to play Gorr to Tarnex 4 and get a better 6-cost card. That might not be a bad idea. Or, I'm not sure what they're going to play here. I'm going to snap them, see if they stick around. They might retreat as well. Took away a lot of their options. They just still have Death and Null, I think. Is this the play, just to play Gorr down to Tarnex 4 and just get another 6-cost card? Or do I double up some power here? I have priorities, so Shang-Chi's not really going to do much. There's nothing I can rogue. Yeah, I think we just play Gorr down here and hope for the best. And hope I don't choke. Gorr! We're leaving it up to the RNG gods to see if Gorr becomes something helpful to us, or if it becomes a destroyer and destroys my deck and gives my opponent the win. We'll see here. Doughboy, you might be happy to learn that I am leaving the fate of this game up to the RNG gods. There goes Gorr down to Tarnex 4. Turns into a Sasquatch. We'll take it. That gave us 10 power there, giving us the victories at the big house and Tarnex 4. My opponent didn't even play anything down. I guess they just decided, you know what, we're cooked.
Smells like victory.
And they stopped. They just stopped trying, man. They rolled up like dough and turned into bread and got toasted. Yeah, that's an analogy, right? That's an analogy that works. Anyways, let's update it, guys. Look at this undefeated, man. I tell you what, that's pretty good given the track record of my last couple streams where we haven't done so well. We haven't done so well, but man, I tell you what, we're jumping ahead here, and I'm liking that. I am liking that for sure. There's our update. 5-0 so far. Let's see, what time is it? Hey, we got maybe a couple more games here. Can we finally play in Blind L's Jello? That kind of sounds dirty. Deadpool might be happy about that. Can we play in Blind L's Jello? We definitely can play, but the maximum is 1.63 million. We're not quite there. Do we go high stakes? I feel like we should go high stakes. Or do we play one more? Let's play one more Holiday Baked Ham, and then we'll go on high stakes after that. How about that? I think I got 2 games left in me in the stream. See if we can get into Blind Al's Jello, or if Wolf Vision, my opponent, will kick me out of. Well, they're not going to kick me off the ham table, but they could beat me here. So, especially since I don't have a turn 1 play, which is never good for me. The White Hot Room is the second location. First to fill this gets +3 max energy. First location was Atlantis. If you only have 1 card here, it has +5 power. Good old Atlantis coming back. I think we just play our armor here. I usually like to hold on to armor as long as I can too until I see that it's a destroy deck. But I guess playing armor down here will keep them from playing destroy in that area. And it's the only card that I could really play, unless I wanted to use my Shadow King, which I want to hold for a little bit later. The Panopticon is the third location. Cards that didn't start in your deck get +2 power here. Not sure that's going to be too great for me. Turn 3 energy. What do we got to play here? And none of my plays are very optimal here. I think we'll go with the Maria Hill here. Shadow King I don't really want to play yet. It's good to have that in my hand for if I have to answer something. Maria Hill for me brings down a armor. My opponent plays a magic to that second location, turning it into limbo, leading us into a round 7, turn 7. So apparently they need a little more time to concoct their master plan here. Thankfully, time's not too bad for us in this deck as well. We do have Cable now and another armor. So I guess we'll play Cable and Armor down here to the Panopticon. If they are playing Destroy, this will really limit their possibilities. I don't know what they're playing yet, but we do have our Cable to see what we're going to get from them. We get a Anti-Venom, relatively new card to the game as well, and they play a Shayna.
Hey man, I'm cool.
Down to the Panopticon, spreading out a Nebula Korg in Atlantis. Wow, that is a good play for them in Atlantis. Ebony Maw going down there with 12 power in Atlantis now, because it's the only card there. Is a little unfortunate for them because they're not going to be able to play anything else there. What does Anti-Venom do again? I didn't get the chance to really play with this card when my opponent retreated. Victory. Well, we'll take it. Wolf Vision was beaten. I don't know what deck they were playing. I guess it was some kind of zoo deck. But I think they figured that that Ebony Maw kind of messed them up there at Atlantis because it stopped them from playing any cards there. And we had a pretty good momentum going into this next turn. So yeah, we'll take it. Wolf Vision. Your vision is no more. Wander back
this game.
Into the woods and find a new vision, my friend. Find a new vision. All right, we go with a update my stream here. Tracker 6-0. Still undefeated. I'm liking that, man. Knocking on wood. Don't want to jinx it. All right, update this. Boom. What have you guys thought of Deadpool's Diner this time around, guys? Better? Different? What do you think? Have you had good luck with it? Did you get the card? Did you get the King Eatri yet? Like I said, I'm still grinding for it. But let me know what you guys have done in this mode. I don't really see much that they've changed. They've added some little user interface stuff to kind of help explain things a little bit more, I guess. And, of course, the voice lines from Deadpool. But, yeah. Anyways, this will probably be my last game here for this live stream, so we're going to go right in as high as we can go. We can't make it to Pumpkin Pie, unfortunately, but we can put our fingers into Blind L's Jello and see what we can do here. High stakes.
Time to make the
for
chimichangas.
Me. Deadpool wants to make the chimichangas. Let's see what we do to Blind L's green Jello. My opponent is the Lazy Martian. We are playing a Lazy Martian. Could be good, could be bad, who knows? Nowhere's the first location. Not a fan of that. On reveal effects do not happen at this location. Guess that doesn't affect us too terribly much. I mean, aside from the fact that a lot of my cards are, in fact, on reveals, so there is that. We'll play Maria Hill down here to the mysterious second location, see what we can do. Spider-Ham coming down, knocking my Iceman, turning the Iceman into a pig. Slightly unfortunate, but not bad. Could have been worse. Deep Space, the second location. Card text is disabled here. So yeah, Blind L just doesn't want us to play the game, is what I'm getting from this. We got Nowhere as the first location, so on reveal effects do not happen. And then the second location is card text is disabled here. What's our third location going to be? You can't play here? I bet it will be. Let's see. Agent Venom is what I got from Maria Hill, by the way. Is Agent Venom good for me at this point? It's not bad. It's good power. We'll play Agent Venom down to the mysterious third location. In case it is something we can't play in later. At least I'll have Agent Venom there, which has pretty reasonable power. Psylocke coming down in the third location for my opponent, the Lazy Martian. And what is it? Quantum Realm, after you play a card here, set its base power to 2. So yeah, Marvel Snap hates us in this game. Lazy Martian, I'm sorry. I don't know what we both did to Blind Al and her green Jello in second dinner, but they hate us in this game. Now we have to try to navigate around all these horrible locations for us. I don't know, maybe it's good for my opponent. I don't know what they're playing yet. Yeah, they gave a little... I still don't know what this emote is. But yeah, I concur, dude. I concur. Lazy Martian. Boy, I guess we'll play our speed down here to the quantum realm. Not ideal, but at least he'll scale, even though his base power gets taken down to 2. They play a Wong down. Sweet. Wong disruption is in effect here. This will really make my opponent cry, so I'm going to snap here. Sorry, Lazy Martian, I think I got this one. You're going to be a little sad when this happens. I'm going to rogue the quantum realm here to take away their Wong. We're taking away the Wong and Green L's Jello. We can't have Wongs and Green L's Jello. Only fingers and bad locations. And do I just play Echo down here? Or the pig? Let's play a pig down. We'll play the pig down to deep space. Pigs in space! In this case, it's pigs in deep space. Nothing less for the Lazy Martian. We do steal their Wong. That's going to make them very sad. What did they try to play there? They tried to play a Sage. Actually, doesn't benefit from the Wong too much. Actually, it would have benefited a little bit from the Wong. But we took their Wong away. Stuffed it into Blind L's Jello and threw a pig into deep space. This is Marvel Snap, guys. This is why you should play this game. Look at all the storylines you can come up with. Developers of movies should play this game and just come up with the storylines. Or better yet, call me. Call me, let me play the game. I'll pitch you some storylines, and you can pay me lots of money so I can afford to move where I need to move. Anyways, turn 5 here. What a weird game this is. Tell you what. Let's throw Stegron into space. Why not? Yeah, we'll go with that. That's 7 power again. Good stat line on Stegron. If they do happen to play something too deep space, we'll knock it back to the quantum realm. It's Jane Foster's Thor. I'm still choking here.
Auto snap.
Green L's Jello, not too healthy for me, apparently. I don't think my opponent has much they can do here. We are tied up at the quantum realm. They are full. I still have 1 location there, so all I got to do is play a card to the quantum realm to win this. Unless they have a way to buff this lane immensely, and I don't think they will. So let's go ahead and do we just throw a Gorr down there to just, yeah, my opponent retreated. They're probably like, I was giving you a chance, but you're taking too long, VP. He is a Lazy Martian after all. He didn't want to wait. He's probably going to go take a nap after playing this excitingly wonderful game of Marvel Snap and a Blind L's Green Jello. Just the worst locations. I'm sorry, Lazy Martian. I'm going to give you a fist bump there. That was a rough game, man. Things just worked out for us, and
Wait,
we'll take it, man.
We won?
Yeah, we won. Deadpool, what have you been watching? What have you been smoking? What have you been sniffing? What have you been stuffing down my throat? That is it, guys. Hey, look at that, 7-0. I still did not get the King Eitri, but I am going to keep on grinding through Deadpool's Diner. Let me know how your grind is going as well. Let me know if you guys are breathing better than I apparently am right now. Yeah, guys, let's update this. Not too bad for a stream. I mean, it's an undefeated. We were undefeated this stream. I don't know how many human players we were playing there. Maybe by this point, everybody is done playing Deadpool's Diner and has gotten King Eitri, except for me. But this is the deck that I have used to climb through Deadpool's Diner this time around. Let me know what deck you used. What was effective for you? Did you jump on the Destroy train? Did you do some Surtur stuff? I know Surtur has a pretty good deck out there too. I did try Surtur for the Deadpool's Diner climb there, but it didn't seem to work out too much for me. But this was the deck that we settled on. Deadpool's Diner Climber, just full of a lot of counters and just, I don't know, good value cards. Feel free to craft it yourself if you can, and make your own climb there. Let me know how you do with it, if you do, or let me know if you manage to hone it a little bit. I haven't really refined it too much because I'm just trying to get that card, man. And just trying to get that card for Deadpool's Diner. Anyways, that is it for me, guys. Thanks for stopping by. This has been VP. I am signing off. We'll see you later. And hey, keep on gaming.